Well, good morning. Class of 2026, please remain standing, and will all of our guests please stand for our tribute to the American flag and the national anthem. It is my pleasure to introduce Anthony Peter, who will lead us in the flag salute, followed by the singing of the national anthem by Maya Huntermark.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Anthony, for the flag salute, and thank you for the beautiful singing, Maya. Welcome to the 69th commencement exercises. Graduates and families, please be seated. So let me again welcome you to the 69th commencement exercise of Lincoln High School. And welcome to the Board of Education President, Dr. Rosalba Corrado Del Vecchio, and trustees Sheila Greenwald and Ars Rahim. I'm also welcoming at this time Associate Superintendent Roseanne Collins Judon, Associate Superintendent Dr. Frank Hernandez, Associate Superintendent Dr. Stephanie McCaskill, Associate Superintendent Dr. Daisy Rodriguez, and Associate Superintendent Dr. Michelle Yarzullo. We are also welcoming our school principal, Mr. Ian Sherman, and distinguished day's guests. On behalf of this administration and faculty of Lincoln High School, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor at this time to introduce, on behalf of our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Annabelle Soler Jr., the Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Roseanne Collins Judon.
Good morning. Much like your parents are here today, Mr. Soler unfortunately couldn't be here because he's celebrating his son's graduation. All right, my Lancers, you had your prom last night. Let's get some energy up in the room. That's right. Excellent. Good morning, Board President Dr. Del Vecchio, Board Trustees, Central Office Administration, Principal Sherman, Assistant Principals, especially Ms. Swanson. Big round of applause for our AP, Ms. Swanson. I think she danced more than you all did last night. Families, alumni, and most importantly, my Lancers, the class of 2026 Lincoln Lancers. For 70 plus years, Lincoln High School has served the students of Lincoln Park, its namesake. And now every zip code in the city of Yonkers attends Lincoln High School. While the school takes its name from the neighborhood, the legacy that inspired generations of Lincoln Lancers is unmistakably that of Abraham Lincoln, a leader whose courage, humility, and devotion to preserving our republic continue to challenge us today. History does not give us heroes to worship. It gives us examples to emulate, except for maybe the New York Knicks, right, Ms. Swanson? We give it up for our Knicks. Let's go. Yeah. We study great presidents because their struggles teach us how to live, lead, and serve. This morning, I want to remind you of one of Lincoln's seminal principles, PLES. The very purpose of education itself is the belief that ordinary people, through hard work, character, perseverance, and learning, can accomplish extraordinary things. Lincoln's story is not of privilege. He was born in a log cabin on the frontier. No formal education, taught himself by candlelight. He experienced profound loss, yet through every setback, he developed qualities that would ultimately define his leadership. Honesty, empathy, courage, and an unwavering commitment to principle. These qualities were tested more than any president since or before. Many of you in this room share those same struggles. Your lives have not begun with privilege or perfect circumstance. Some of you face financial hardships. You're newcomers to America. Your family faced challenges, personal loss, self-doubt, obstacles in school, or moments when it would be easier just to give up. Yet like Lincoln, you keep going. You learn to rise after disappointment, to persevere through adversity. The challenges you are faced are not signs you are destined for less. They're often the experience that build the character you need to accomplish great things. When Lincoln took office, the nation was torn apart. 11 states seceded, families were divided, communities were divided. Americans were fighting Americans. Many believed our great nation would not survive. Yet Lincoln understood something profound. He believed America represented an experiment unlike anything in human history, a republic founded in liberty, equality, and self-government. If the Union failed, it would not simply be a military defeat, it would be a defeat for democracy. Lincoln was all about preserving the Union, the very idea that free people can govern themselves. He challenged Americans to dedicate themselves to what he called the unfinished work. And then he spoke about that to continue to echo it across generations. That government is for the people, by the people, shall never perish from the earth. They're not words in history. Graduates, Lincoln understood democracy is not self-sustaining. It requires you, citizens who are informed, citizens who are engaged, citizens who are willing to serve something larger than themselves. You must choose unity over division, truth over convenience. You must exercise your right to vote. Lincoln never led through anger. He led through moral courage and humility. Those same qualities will determine your success. Today, unfortunately, our nation faces many challenges, but the need for character remains the same. The world needs graduates like you who can listen before they speak, build rather than divide, and solve problems rather than assign blame. That is what it means to be a Lincoln Lancer. Please carry these values forward. Now it's your turn. The founders of Lincoln High School chose the Lancer as more than a mascot. Know what a Lancer is? It's not someone who waits for others to act. A Lancer rode towards the challenge on his horse. He represented courage, discipline, honor, and leadership. Isn't that exactly what Abraham Lincoln asked of his fellow citizens? That is what it means to be a Lancer. As you leave Lincoln High School this afternoon, I leave you with words of scripture from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we sow. Class of 2026, get ready. Never grow weary. Keep learning, keep serving, keep believing. Congratulations to you. May God bless you and your families who worked so hard to get you here today. Round of applause, mommy, daddy, grandma, abuelita. Yonkers is your home. Neeland Avenue is your home. You have taken the first step on the purple road to success, correct, Mr. Sherman? And never forget, repeat after me. As Lincoln Lancers, we care. Let's go. We care. We learn and we lead. God bless you. Muy felicidades.
Thank you, Ms. Judon. At this time, I would like to introduce the salutatorian of the class of 2026, Daria Aguilar.
All right. Hello, my name is Zara Aguilar. I'm the salutatorian of the class of 2026. Okay. Good morning, everyone. To begin, I want to say what an honor it's been to share the past 4 years of high school with you all, with each and every single one of you. To everyone in this room, congratulations! This is something you've worked towards for the past 4 years, and it shows. Before I continue, however, I want to recognize everyone in this room because our gathering here today was the result of everyone's collective efforts. I know that I wouldn't be standing here in front of you all without the support of the people in this room. So, to the event coordinators, thank you for recognizing our hard work and bringing us here together today. To our families, especially my mom and dad who are sitting in the front, thank you for supporting us through all the stress, the nights where we would turn in assignments mere minutes before the deadlines, the early mornings such as this one. To the teachers and educators at Lincoln High School, thank you for your continued encouragement and belief in us, even on days when we might not have believed in ourselves. And one final thank you to the graduates in this room who continue to inspire me to strive for excellence. I can say with the utmost certainty that I couldn't have done it without all of you. And if you're anything like me, then you also figured things out as you went. You adapted each and every single day, you improvised, and then you concluded that you needed to do the only thing you could do, and you pushed forward. And although our paths may not have looked exactly the same, they all led us to this very moment. Because after 4 long years of effort, growth, and discipline, and persistence, we finally made it to graduation. But as much as today is about celebrating and looking back at all we've done, it's also about looking forward to the future. Soon, we'll be headed into different environments and starting over as we did 4 years ago when we started high school. But nevertheless, I have no doubt in my mind that everyone in this room will accomplish great things. If the last 4 years say anything about everyone's character, it's that everyone here is capable. So have faith in yourselves. And if not in yourselves, then in all you've managed to do over the course of the last 4 years. And if you still have doubts, then trust in me. Trust in the fact that I believe in all your individual abilities, because your very presence here at this event speaks volumes about you. What matters most is that we carry the lessons we learned over the course of the last 4 years at Lincoln into every space we enter, that we remember the value of hard work, that we remember to be courageous and to keep going even when the odds are stacked against us, that we remember that we have something meaningful to offer the world. And I know I may sound like a broken record at this point, but congratulations once more to everyone being honored today. It's your dedication, commitment, and drive that brought you here today. This room represents 4 years of effort, not just big moments, but all the small moments that accumulated over time. So thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026. We did it!
Let's give another round of applause for Daria. And now it's with great pride that I present to you our honored days, parents, and students, the valedictorian of Lincoln High School, Anthony Peter, who will address the class of 2026.
Good morning, esteemed guests and faculty, families and friends, and most importantly, class of 2026 graduates. I'm honored to stand in front of you as a class of 2026 valedictorian. Before I begin, I would like to thank a few special people. Firstly, God, for guiding me through the ups and downs of my life and never abandoning me. Alma and Alpa, for taking a risk on a better life here in America to give my siblings and me greater opportunities. And I guess my sisters, Rebecca and Rachel, for being there for me when I needed it the most. I also want to thank all the faculty in LHS for guiding us through these 4 years and my friends who made my time in high school enjoyable. August 7th, 2025 was probably a normal day for most people, but it was quite special for me. The day started off as normal. I was able to wake up a little later than usual since I took off from work. I went to the gym to get my little pump in, and then I came home and mentally prepared myself. Today was my road test. I can't lie, I was low-key nervous, but I knew I got this. I practiced the whole summer. Parallel parking, three-point turns, switching lanes. I was a beast. I mean, this stuff runs in my blood. My dad's literally a taxi driver. If my sister, the worst driver I know, could pass the first try, this test is gonna be barbecue chicken. So boom, the test is at Cross County. I arrive a little early and I hop in the V. The examiner then says, start the car, and nothing. I'm kind of confused, so I try again. Still nothing. I laugh it off while my instructor looks at me angrily and says, forgetting something, and hands me the keys from outside. Okay, bad start, whatever. I'm about to show this examiner how great I am. We drive a little normal. I brake a little hard, don't wait to check if it's clear at a left turn. 20 points, no big deal, I could still pass. And then we went to parallel park. It was absolutely beautiful, 10 out of 10, some of the best parallel parking I did in my life. Then the examiner opens the door and asks where we are. Yonkers, duh, what type of question is that? He says, no, the curb. So we then go back to the start. Okay, whatever. I go back home, turns out I failed with 80 points. But, you know, it's okay. I did tell like half the world it was my test today, so it was a little embarrassing, but some of the best drivers I know needed 2 tries to pass. So it's fine, I'll try again. 2 weeks later, I took it again. The first one was just a warm-up, so it's chill. I go to parallel park and hit the curb again. My examiner asked me what I want to do. I don't know, cry? I was supposed to pass this time. I could do AP tests, get hundreds on my regents, be the top of my class, but can't park a beat-up Lincoln? Why am I failing this stupid test? Failing is something that's not even in my vocabulary. I'm like DJ Khaled. All I do is win, win, win no matter what. But those 2 failures killed my momentum. I stopped trying and decided to focus on other tests like the SAT instead of getting my license and being a bird. But throughout the school year, those 2 failures will always be in the back of my mind. It didn't help that my best friend Alexander was driving everywhere, and every day after school when I walked to work, I would see my classmates in the parking lot blasting music and going wherever they wanted to go. What was the difference between them and me? Why couldn't I do what they did? Why am I not good enough? Those questions may sound familiar to some of you. A lot of us often ask ourselves those same questions, most of the time outside driving and probably many times this year. More often than not, our lives are riddled with failure. Many of us fail tests, don't make the tryouts for a team, unable to land that job, and can't seem to get into that college. When these things happen, we start comparing ourselves to people around us. We go online and see someone else's acceptance letter, see someone else's trophy, someone else's relationship, someone else's success. It may sound cliche, but comparison really is the thief of joy. We all are on our own highway of life, each of us driving a different car at a different pace on a different journey. Some of us will reach our destination sooner, but that's it. Like my favorite chemistry teacher, Dr. Joe Hall, once said, we can't compare apples and oranges. In other words, we can't compare your point A to someone else's point Z. My fellow graduates, you will all achieve success even if you have failed 100 times over. But I can guarantee you that you will not achieve success if you don't try. Like my good friend Isaac Newton once said, every action has an opposite or equal reaction. Notice how Newton didn't say no action results in reaction? If we don't act, we can't achieve anything. If the Knicks stopped practicing after losing to the Pacers, we couldn't have won the ship this year. If Argentina lost motivation after losing to Saudi Arabia, they couldn't have won the last World Cup. Like my other good friend Young Thug once said, horses don't stop, they keep going. The point is, if you don't start the car, how can you expect to drive forward? Failure will always be a part of our lives, and it doesn't make us weak. The only weak thing about failing is choosing to stay there instead of getting back up and trying again. We all have our battles and personal struggles in life, and it's up to us to overcome them. As we step out into the real world, nobody will hold our hands or take the wheel to get us to our destination. We have to drive ourselves there. No matter how many twists and turns you may take to get there, your GPS will keep pointing in the same direction, and it's up to you to follow it. And on June 12, 2026, I was able to reach my destination and finally pass my road test. Passing the test wasn't the important part, though. The important part was learning that 2 failures didn't determine the outcome. What determined the outcome was simply trying again. Class of 2026. In our upcoming years, there will be many times where we feel like we're stuck. Like everyone else in our lives is speeding ahead while we're the ones standing still. And in those moments, we will question ourselves, our abilities, and our future. But when those moments come, remember this. A wrong turn doesn't mean you're lost. A setback doesn't mean you're finished. And a failure doesn't mean you're incapable of success. It just means you're still on your journey. Today, we are leaving Lincoln High School to begin a new chapter of our lives. Some of us will go to college, others the workforce, and some of us are still discovering where life will take them next. But no matter where our roads lead, I hope we continue moving forward with courage, determination, and confidence in ourselves. The destination isn't important, but the journey that shapes us is. To the teachers who guided us, the families who supported us, and the friends who stood beside us, thank you. And to my fellow graduates, thank you for making these 4 years unforgettable. It has been an honor growing alongside all of you. Congratulations, class of 2026. May your roads be long, your journeys meaningful, and your future bright. And whatever you do, try not to hit the curb. Thank you.
That was some speech, Anthony. Let's give him another round of applause. So thank you again, Anthony. We will now have a musical interlude by members of the Lincoln High School Arts Academy. Thank you. These are some of the senior members of our choir of Lincoln High School. Thank you, Dr. C, Mr. Zion, and we have our guest saxophonist, thank you, and my baby bands there. Okay, thank you so much. At this time, I would like to bring back Dara Aguilar.
On the behalf of Class 2026, I present this gift to Lincoln High School.
On behalf of the faculty and the administration of Lincoln High School, I am happy to accept the gift from the class of 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the principal of Lincoln High School, Mr. Ian Michael Sherman.
Thank you, Ms. Swanson. Every time you do that, I think my mother's calling me. I'm in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together again for the wonderful choir that we just heard a moment ago. And one last time, let's put our hands together for these two wonderful students this morning, our valedictorian and salutatorian, for standing up here. Good morning, Board of Education President Dr. Del Vecchio, members of the Board of Education, Assistant Superintendent Ms. Judan, Central Office Administrators, Lincoln High School staff, families, and most of all, and importantly, the resilient, determined, and inspiring class of 2026. It is an honor to stand before you today at a moment where reflection meets celebration, and where every ending opens every ending opens the door of a new beginning. Class of 2026, today is not just about arriving at graduation, it's about everything it took to get here. Moments ago, we heard our valedictorian remind us that failure is not something to avoid, it is something we learn from. That even when we stall, miss a turn, or hit a curb, we keep moving forward. And our salutatorian reminded us that many of you didn't have everything figured out along the way. You adapted, you improvised, and you pushed forward anyway. And when you put these two ideas together, we see the truth about this class. You figured it out and continued to try, even though things didn't always go your way. Because high school is not a straight road. There are moments when things didn't go as planned, when you questioned yourself, and when you wondered if you were falling behind. But what defines you is this: you didn't stop. You adjusted, you learned, you kept moving forward. When I think about the class of 2026, I think about what it means to live our school model. We care, we learn, we lead. You showed us what it means to care about your school, your peers, and your community by stepping into elementary schools as high school heroes and mentoring and inspiring young students, supporting one another in classrooms, on teams, and in the hallways, showing up not just for yourselves, but for each other. You showed us what it meant to learn, not just from success, but from challenges, representing Lincoln in business competitions and trips taking learning beyond the classroom, opening and building our hydroponic lab, applying innovation to real-world problems, growing as thinkers, problem solvers, and resilient individuals who understood that failure is part of the progress. And you showed us what it means to lead, taking the stage and helping build our drama department, bringing creativity and confidence to life, traveling overseas, expanding your perspective, and representing Lincoln with pride, and leading the culture of this building through moments that brought us together. Because leadership isn't always about a title. Sometimes it looks like this: Spirit Weeks, where we all knew that Cozy Monday meant Pajama Day, pep rallies filled with energy, pride, and school spirit, student versus staff games, basketball and volleyball, where competition built connections, and Pie Day, where a few brave staff members took shaving cream pies to the face. Those moments mattered because they created a school where people felt connected, a school where people showed up, a school where people cared. Class of 2026, you didn't just go through Lincoln High School, you helped define it. You lived the model not because you were told to, but because you chose to. You cared when it mattered. You learned when it was hard, and you led often without realizing it. I want to take a moment to recognize two individuals who supported you through this journey. Your assistant principal, Ms. Swanson. Thank you, Ms. Swanson, for your leadership, your caring, and your unwavering commitment to this class. And once again, let's put our hands together for Ms. Swanson. And we cannot go ahead and have a wonderful graduation without honoring your school counselor, Ms. Cerritos. Thank you, Ms. Cerritos, for your guidance, your support, for always helping the students find their path. And to our families, 4 years ago, I told you, if you went ahead and you were our partners, that this day would happen. Thank you for your trust, your sacrifice, and your belief in these graduates. This moment belongs to you as well. And to the entire Lincoln High School staff, thank you for showing up every day to guide, support, and believe in our students. Class of 2026, as you move forward, remember this. You will face failure again. You will have moments where you feel unsure. You will find yourself in situations where you have to figure things out as you go. That doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're growing. So take risks, try again, adjust when you need to, and keep moving forward. Because failure isn't the end of your story, it is part of your journey. And whatever the journey takes you, carry this with you. Care about others, learn from your experiences, and lead with purpose. In the words of Billy Joel, life is a series of hellos and goodbyes. Today we say goodbye to this chapter, but we also say hello to everything that lies ahead. Congratulations to the class of 2026. May you move forward with courage, rise after every setback, and never forget who you are and where you came from. Once a Lancer, always a Lancer. I go, not you, you go away. Yeah. At this time, can I ask the class of 2026 to please rise? Can I please ask the Board of Education President, Dr. Del Vecchio, to join me at the podium? Dr. Del Vecchio, it gives me great honor to present to you the graduating class of 2026 from Lincoln High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Yonkers Board of Education, I am happy and very, very proud to accept the Lincoln High School graduating class of 2026. And by the power entrusted to me by the New York State Board of Regents, I declare you graduates of Lincoln High School, class of 2026. It is now time for you to move your tassel from right to left as a symbol of your success. You have earned the right to graduate, and by moving the tassel to the left, it symbolizes that you are crossing over from high school to the next stage of your life. Congratulations, graduates. You may now sit. Greetings and salutations, everyone, to the graduating class of Lincoln High School 2026. Once again, congratulations. You did it. This is your day to savor the reward of your hard work and perseverance. a particular thank you to the salutatorian and valedictorian in your beautiful, inspiring remarks. Thank you very much. To the performers, thank you for showing and sharing with us your talent. As president of the Board of Education, it is my honor to accept the class of 2026 together with my fellow trustees, Trustee Greenwald and Trustee Rahim, and with your fellow graduate, Student Trustee Margaret Ennen. Thank you. Looking out at your smiling faces, I see the hope and the promise of a bright future. For a moment, I invite you to close your eyes, to pause, and to picture a long time ago, the first day of kindergarten. Are you there? Did you have butterflies? Were you excited? Did you cry? Did you struggle to carry a backpack that was almost the same size as you? You've trekked a long road to get here. Please keep in mind, along every step of the way, you were not alone. Your families and your guardians nurtured you. Your teachers, counselors, and school staff guided and molded you. They formed you. We, the trustees of the Board of Education, carefully crafted policies to support your education. With each passing year, you inherited more responsibility. And today, you take on even more responsibility, especially the civic responsibility that Ms. Judan was pointing you to. Now it is time to leave the nest, to take flight. Perhaps you're going off to college, a trade, or the military. Maybe you're going to take time to explore the world and discover yourself. Whatever path you choose, I hope it eventually leads you back to Yonkers. Your city needs you, just like Margaret discovered that we trustees needed her. Come back home and share your special gifts with the community that raised you. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I say to you over and over, job well done. Congratulations once again to the Lincoln High School class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, President Dr. Corrado Del Vecchio. At this time, I would like the class of 2026 to prepare to receive your diplomas.
Anthony Peter. Daira Aguilar. Maya Hundertmark. Saraí Martínez. Montserrat Buenabat. Ashley Gail Ackerman Lucian. Valeria Sanchez. Emily Verdejo Presa. Gloriana Montalvo Montes. Anya Prakash. Alice Annabelle Rodriguez. Janae Hernandez. Christopher Torres Segura. Elijah Rios. Joaquin Perojo. Dylan Duran. Rainy Morel Martinez. Kojo Opong. Tanagorn Padiwit. Christopher Canales. Josue Haigua Kishpi. Saida Monroe. Emily Dunn. Nicole Spathos. Layla Gordian. Albina Haijia. Margaret Enin. Maria de la Cruz Perez. Madison Delgado. Kasia Scott. Naila Valdez. Jose Benavides. Iram Nahim Sanarus. Jaden Seabrook. Brian Castro. Cristian Cortez. Christopher Tovar. Aurelio Castro Peralta. Marco Bonilla Espinosa. Sander Ventura Rayo. Joshua Santamaria. Jackie Ramirez. Janaya Abercrombie. Jaylene Duran. Andrea Rodriguez Arita. Talia Diaz. Kyla McDowell. Chameli Cabrera. Sanaya Moore. Treasure Williams. Lois Tieku. Christopher Miguel Garcia. Jason Garcia. Paul Harold Drobnak. Christian Contreras Cortez. Jesus Ramos. Octavio Vivar León. Dylan Aguilar. Daniel Cromarty. Kevin Zamora. Fernald Gradica. Lina Nyamieke Pokwa. Azaria Williams. Montserrat Cesario Morales. Jaslyn Pineda. Shania Rose. Brittany Alvarado. Angelica Inés Noguera. Gloria Ann de Leon. Vanity Vargas. Catan Cox. Abraham Villa. Emmanuel Marín. Damon Sierra. Alexis Sánchez Esquivel. Rolando Contreras. Alfred Bonilla. Juan Carlos González. Elian Vasquez. Tristan González. Israel David Santos. Mia Yindi Suraley. Vianey Caballero. Ashlyn Archila. Leah Jolie Rosado. Heidi Fuentes Yepes. Samantha Rivera. Allison Sánchez Hernández. Kenya Estrada. Jasmine Domínguez Rojas. Allison Chávez Carrasco. Alexander Vasquez. Aiden Valoy. Peter Luby. Ian Ortiz Morgado. Casper Moll. Dylan Ramirez. Kenny Jimenez Ayala. Dante Michael Walker. Marcel Meki Reeder. Sakai Frion Armstrong. Emily Negron. Margarita Carino. Bethany Vasquez. Alina Caban. Sarai Verona. Leslie Almonte. Liana Robinson. Madeline Merino. Sabrina Patel. Giselle Ruiz. Alexander Hall. Asher Kalur Varghese. Nicholas Giuliano. Christian Medina. David Mota. Andy Ilagorre. Sami Alamrani, Cristian Mateo, Frankie Perez, Anthony Thomas Benedict, Noeli Fernanda Enriquez, Kiara Ochoa, Isabela Escamilla Ponce, Kiara Clara, Alicia Castan, Kenya Maceda, Mercedes Romero, Emily Garcia, María Carrillos, Alexander Luna Garcia, Oscar Cruz Fábrica, Arian Solanki, Jaden Michael McGee, Gabriel Mendez, Matthew Sa, Giovanni Hernandez Lagos, Jason Bautista, Yahir Aguilar, Kevin Salazar, Emily Garcia, Isla Jenkins, Daisha Bainum, Lee Simone Goodman, Daniela Vasquez, Katie Medrano, Leslie Reyes, Allison Cruz Ojeda, Juliana Gordillo, Jomar Wilson Kilan, Brandon Vitini Salas, Titus Townsend, Joshua Ortiz, Dietrich Adu Rowe, Donovan Herrera Najera, Diego Cruz, Justine Benitez Valencia, Jaden de León Brito, Larry Peralta, Arlene Celeste de los Santos, Brianna Vasquez, Shanina Castillo, Daisy Dominguez, Cynthia Aguilar, Jennifer Becker Sanchez, Valentina Rosales, Ariela Vasquez, Kiana Valentín, Kimberly Vegatepo, Jaden Almonte, Zion Wariak, Emmanuel Pichardo, Jamian Leonardo. Ornan Peña Castillo. Jonuel Jiménez Taveras. Jauris Zapata. Edgar Rodriguez Paulino. Edon Meculi. Adonis Rodriguez. Gracelyn de los Santos. Misha Holmberg. Kimberly Martinez Monfil. Ruth Noemi Ochoa. Jocabet Morales Gomez. Nicole Roxana Popa. Elaine Castillo. Leida Carolina Andelis Ulloa. Annabelle Kelix Made. Julia Semidey. Zion Torres Hill. Atef Elkateb. Miguel Mejia. Mason Rajaposki. Aiden Moscott. Tristan Gray. Nana Bafi. Mark Ondoua. Ronald Williams. Darwin Garcia. Maritza Morales. Sejla Sirdanovic. Ingrid Bautista Lopez. Carla Meneses Nino. Camila Baroja Nino. Mercelina Essien. Sheila Cardona. Daniela González Plasencia. Leslie Amayor. Madison Sanchez. Dylan Brown. Paul Ennen. Ezekiel Nunez. Lincoln Montañez. Anna Williams. Genesis Carrion. Genesis. Oceanae Kinsey.
Let's congratulate our graduates at this time. Woo! Thank you. I love this group around here. They love these kids. So, class of 2026, a few words, and I mean a few because you've heard me enough. If you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe in yourself. Remember, the best is yet to come. Continue to chase your dreams fearlessly and with passion. Remember that learning doesn't end today. It simply will find a new campus called life. Thank you. That was great, right? So take your diploma and your curiosity. Both will open doors. So as this chapter closes, remember, the story you're getting ready to lead will surprise you. And I just want to let you know, you are my almost sunset. I love you too. And now, I was going to do a Knicks thing, but I'm not. Can I just do it one time? Happy Knicks, good morning. So now, would the graduates of the class of 2026 please stand? Yes. Woo! Face your parents. Turn around and face your parents and guardians. Thank them. Oh my God. And thank them, yes. Hey! Oh no. Hey! Homie. All right, can I ask all of our guests are asked to please remain in your seats as the class of 2026 graduates exit the hall. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank